remote workers aren't gonna like this video. It looks like the data has came in, guys, and remote workers are the number one employee to get laid off. And with the layoffs that are happening right now, this is a video that you guys should watch so that you don't get caught up in this scenario. And I remember when remote workers are like, Orlando, what are you talking about? Remote work is here to stay forever. Everybody is going to be a remote worker eventually. And I said, I got something to say about that. But before we jump into it, my name is Orlando. Welcome to the channel, guys. And make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. It really does help out the channel. And make sure you check out in the description, in the pinned comment, I have a newsletter, guys. Yes, a newsletter. It will give you tremendous value. It's free. You cannot beat that. But let's jump into it, guys. It says remote workers bear the brunt when layoffs hit. New data shows fully remote employees are more likely to be let go than their peers. They're also more likely to quit. And I know a lot of you guys think that,
Orlando, you're against remote work. What are you talking about? You're always against remote.
And that's not the case. What the problem that I have with remote work, guys, is that I tell these remote workers all the time that they're putting too much trust in these employers, these companies. What do I say here on this channel? These companies aren't loyal, and they're not. They will let you go as fast as they brought you in.
You're fired, get out!
And here's another example of how these companies are not loyal. And now it's your turn, remote workers. You know, now it's your turn to understand that you have to look out for yourself. This is what I'm saying. Look out for yourself and your family first. 2024. Put yourself and your family first before any of these guys. But let's jump into it. It said laying off employees is complicated. New data suggests that managers tend to have an easier time showing remote workers the door. Workers logging on from a 5-day a week were 35% more likely to be laid off in 2023 than their peers who put in office time, according to an analysis of 2 million white-collar workers conducted by an employment data provider. Now, guys, is this really surprising? Is this really surprising? Because to me, it's like common sense that it's going to be easier for these companies who are not loyal to begin with to just get rid of someone that they don't even know who they really are.
Who the f is that guy?
Huh? Let's break this down. So you're telling me that you think that they're going to get rid of Jane, who's at the potluck every Friday, is there all the time bringing cupcakes and being in the manager's face 5 days a week, versus John, who has a Lord of the Rings avatar? You don't even know who this guy is. Of course they're gonna let John with the Lord of the Rings avatar go. That's what happens. It's a human connection thing.
You're fired.
That's just my 2 cents. But does that mean that John, who has the Lord of the Rings avatar, he has a family, he has kids to take care of, he has responsibilities to take care of? That shouldn't make him any more or less. Period. I get that. But these companies don't. These companies are like, get rid of John with the Lord of the Rings. Why does he have that? That's what these companies are saying. They are saying they're going to get rid of those guys. Just think of sending a mass email to a bunch of email addresses. Companies will love to mail that in and lay off 10% of their employees without having to know anything about them. I don't know about your kids. I don't know about your family. I don't know about your health. I don't need to know anything. All I know is that you need to get this report in by XYZ, and are you doing it? If those are the individuals that they have to lay off, they're going to lay those guys off. They're going to lay those guys off. And I'm here to tell you guys that they're going to lay you off easier than someone who's coming in the office. Does that mean you need to come into the office? That's your call. That's your call. But I'm telling you, that's the way these companies are thinking. And then to back up what I'm saying, let's listen to what a hiring manager is saying. He says, when hiring managers get news that they have to cut 10% of their staff, it's easier to put someone on the list you don't have a close personal relationship with. This is from an outplacement firm, basically a hiring firm. So what does that mean for you as a remote worker? What it means is, and people who aren't remote workers should follow this advice too, is you aren't loyal to them. because they're not loyal to you. You should not be loyal to them. I have seen so many remote workers get sideswiped and think to themselves,
Oh man, I never would have thought they would have laid me off. They told me I was the best worker ever.
really?
Really?
Someone even told me, one of their managers said, if you keep doing what you're doing, you're going to be vice president of this company one day. What? And he ain't never met you. You just be like, he told me I'll be the vice president of the company. I only been here for 1 year. He never have met me. He don't know if I got kids. He don't know nothing about me. And they're going to promote you to that high of a status? Run. You guys really need to listen to this next point. It says some companies have been more intentional about putting remote workers on the chopping block. Wayfair, an online home goods retailer, recently told employees that the remote workers would be more likely to be affected in the company layoffs. Executives also told staff they believe most workers should be in an office most days. I don't know if you guys know this, and I'm going to shed some light on this. Companies are now using remote work as temporary, seasonal work, and they're lying to you guys, telling you this is a full-time job. You will be the first to be cut because, again, they are using remote work as the new seasonal and temporary jobs. And you guys believe that you guys have jobs for the next 10 years, and these companies are thinking, if anything goes wrong, we're going to let the remote workers go. So that's the reason why we have been seeing a flood of viral videos going on where individuals are recording themselves getting laid off, and individuals are like, I just don't get it. And you look at the chat or Zoom or whatever it is, the video chat, and it's got hundreds of people in there. Hundreds of people getting laid off on video chat, and they're all remote workers. Remote work is the new seasonal and temporary job, and everybody knows it except you.
Do you believe me yet?
I'm here to tell you that is the case. Now, can you work a remote job and be there for a very long time? I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that you can't. What I'm saying is you have to be cautious and understand, if you're a remote worker, you have to understand that a lot of these companies will cut you with no problem. And I'm showing you. Let's read this last part that an executive said from Wayfair. He said, believe most workers should be in the office most days. They want you guys back in the office. And I know a lot of you guys said, Orlando, remote work is here to stay. I don't care what you say. Nobody's ever making me go back to the office.
Do you know how far I gotta drive? I'm 100 miles away from the office.
I know these companies told you that you could live 200 miles away and that you could buy a home in your dream location and then work and have a nice salary job that's California salary and all this other stuff. They told you that, and you believed them because you are loyal to the companies. I get it, but I'm here to tell you, be loyal to yourself. But let's continue on and let's hear from some HR people, some CEOs of what they think about remote work. Here's some quotes. It says, if you have a person working in finance who's not coming to the office, why wouldn't you hire the same person in India or the Philippines? That's what they're thinking about you guys. They're telling you that why would we hire you if you're never coming to the office when we can just go ahead and hire someone in Bangladesh, right? We can hire them. Bangladesh! And we're gonna pay them $10 an hour to do the same exact job. Why would we do that? What? There's no difference in their eyes. I know what you guys are. Are you kidding me, Orlando? There's a big difference. But the company that you are loyal to is saying, we can hire you this out. We can cut our payroll, and we probably can push them to work harder, right? That's what they're thinking. We have David, who's a recruiter in a supply chain industry, says that especially in today's weaker job market, and I want to lock into you that he said this is a weaker job market. Isn't that crazy how things change so fast? He says he cautions candidates to keep their eyes open with all remote roles. We warn them, easy come, easy go, he says. A company is going to invest in someone who's investing in them. We have a recruiter telling you that,
Yeah, we tell our clients all the time, you're gonna get this remote job, they'll let you go at any time. They will. They will let you go today after we hire you if they feel like they need to cut someone.
you will be the first to go. That is what he's saying. We're getting that directly from a recruiter. Some CEOs say that while they personally don't look at an employee's remote work status when determining job cuts, they understood why work from home status could put them at a higher risk. So let me break that down. Let me break break that down in what these CEOs are saying. They're saying, yeah, I mean, we're not going to put ourselves legally in trouble by saying that we're going to look directly at people who are working from home, but we can understand that me not seeing you and me not knowing who you are and you having a Cat Williams avatar, I understand why we would let those people go first.
Damn!
That's what they're saying. They don't want to get into any legal trouble. HR is sitting right next to him like, telling them, no, you better not say that. Update your resumes, guys. If you are listening in and you're hearing your employer say to you, yeah, we know what the competitors are doing right now. They're down, but we're different than them. We're different than them. Don't worry. We just need you guys to work a little bit harder so we can get past the finish line. They're going to fire you. They're going to lay you off. And they won't have any remorse about it. So you shouldn't have any remorse about finding a new job that benefits you and your family. And that's the truth. Because at the end of the day, who are you doing this for anyway? You're doing it for yourself and your family. So protect that.
Amen.
And guys, it's going to get worse before it gets better. Inflation is going back up. Housing is still unaffordable. Things are going to get worse and unemployment is going up. Everything is getting worse. And I've told you guys, you got to hunker down, get that emergency savings account, get your credit together, do all the things so that you're ready, that you're sitting on the sidelines with a purpose. Like I always say, guys, I hope you got value out of this video. I hope you got value out of it, guys. Remote workers, keep your head on the swivel. As always, you won't get all of your information from this one video. I need you to watch this video right here. Yes, this video. It will give you information on the housing market, financial news, and get into your first rental property. You will love it. The information will be gold. I promise you. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.